Hi everyone, how are you doing today? I hope you're doing good. So, as I promised, we said we're going to have a video in which we're going to discuss quantifiers. So, yeah, today we're going to discuss them. We're going to see some examples of quantifiers, the meaning of quantifiers, and when to use them. And at the end, we're going to practice. So, quantifiers. Quantifiers are some, many, much, and any. What is the function of the quantifiers? So these words here, they indicate quantity. Okay, so when do we use some, many, much, and any? So these are some examples. In the video we're going to discuss each one individually. So we'll start with some. So what is the meaning of some? Some means an amount or a number of something. Okay, an amount or a number of something. So when do we use it? So we use some with plural countable nouns, plural countable nouns, and uncountable nouns in positive sentences. For example, there are some books in that cupboard. As you can see, books here is plural, so we used some. We cannot say there are some book. No, it should be plural if it's countable noun. And if it's uncountable noun, yes, we can use it with uncountable nouns, and uncountable nouns do not have a plural form. So we use again some in questions that are invitations, offers, or requests. For example, would you like some pizza? Okay, so any. When do we use any? And what is the meaning first of any? Any means smallest amount of something, the smallest amount of something. So when do we use it? We use it with plural countable nouns in questions and negatives. For example, are there any books in that cupboard? So we have question mark, it's a question. Then we use it again with uncountable nouns and again in questions and negatives. So for example, is there any information about this subject? Okay, so we have a question and uncountable noun information. Then we have there isn't any milk left. Any milk, we have milk uncountable, and then we have a negative sentence. So any is only for negatives and questions, be it countable noun or uncountable. Many. So what is the meaning of many? Many is a large number. We're talking about number, so we use it with countable nouns. So large number of something. For example, we use it, so we use many to ask questions about quantity with countable nouns. Here we're talking about countable nouns only. So how many students are absent? Again, we use many to make negative statements about the quantity of countable nouns. For example, there aren't many tigers left in the world. And we can use it in positive statements. For example, we may say there are many tigers in Africa. Okay, then we continue with much. So when do we use much? We use much too. And before we do that, before we go to the details, when do we use much? What is the meaning of much? Much is like many, but it's only used with uncountable nouns. Much means large amount of something. We use much to ask about the mass of uncountable nouns. For example, how much water is there on earth? Again, we use much to make negative statements about the mass of uncountable nouns. For example, there isn't much time left if we want to catch the bus. And again, much is used with positive sentences with countable nouns. Okay, so we continue with few and little. So few means small number of something, and little means few small amount of something. So we use amount for uncountable nouns and number for countable nouns. So few, it is used with countable nouns, and little is used with uncountable nouns. So we use few to talk about small number of countable nouns. For example, we managed to see few tigers in distance. We use a little to talk about small number of uncountable nouns. Small amount of uncountable nouns. There is little water left in this bottle. Okay? So we have this exercise in which we're going to practice fill in the blanks with the right quantifier. There is cake on the plate. So what do you think? What should we use here? We have cake. Cake, is it countable or uncountable? It's countable. We can say 1 cake, 2 cakes, 3 cakes. Alright? So which one is, do we have a positive sentence or a negative or a question? So we have positive statement, so we can use some. There is some cake on the plate. The second statement, yes, there is lemon in the fridge. Lemon, is it countable or uncountable? Again, it's countable. So what do you think? What should we use here? So we should use some, because it's a positive statement. There is some lemon in the fridge. Here we have a question mark, and we have a plural form of a word. Okay, so what do you think? Which one do we use with the plural form in a question? It's any. Are there any potatoes in the basket? So that's it for our video today. I hope you've enjoyed the video and you've got some information with you about countable and uncountable nouns, and when do we use the quantifiers with these words. So don't forget to like the video, share it with your friend, subscribe to our channel, and see you soon in another video. Goodbye.